Hello, how are you today? My name is Pastor St. Kelvin Obaz. Welcome to Plain Truth. First, I want to appreciate you for liking our videos, our Facebook platform, and also for sharing our videos. God bless you really good in Jesus' name. Today, we'll be talking on a topic that is on the popular demand, and which is the topic that says abortion palava. Abortion palava. The Bible speaking in Proverbs 6 verses 5, it says, deliver thyself. There are some deliverance that needs you, not even a pastor. It needs you, all right? One of the fast growing evil among young girls today is constant abortion without conscience. They do it now is almost like a normal thing now to many young girls that you see walking on the streets. We're in a generation where 70% of young girls today are from failed home. They came from a home where they had no proper upbringing. So they do a lot of things without any form of guilt. It will surprise you to know that 70% of the young girls you see walking on the street, they are wombless. They don't have womb. And that is one of the reasons why young boys today, they want that they get pregnant first before they do anything that calls either a wedding or whatsoever. You know why? Majority of young girls think that once they can make up, Mary Kay and all these things, eyelashes can cover up for a lot of things. Packaging is not everything. You can package, when you package what is soured, it will be detected later, because that packaging will be unveiled as a young girl. Know this today. So young guys today, they want that they get married first before they get engaged and go serious about the relationship. You know why? Because of the level of abortion that we find ourselves in this generation. You can see some weddings today, very glorious. You see the wedding, all kinds of design. You see all kinds of things, glorious look and all that. After all those dancing and all those ashwebi and whatsoever they do, even in weddings now, after all the glorious whatsoever, the next thing that comes out of it is a soured marriage. That's not how it's supposed to be. That is why you must know as a young girl that your life is in your hands. You have to be careful. So why is abortion rampant today? Abortion is rampant. It's a normal thing today now because majority of young girls are ready to do anything for money. So wanted pregnancy becomes the order of the day. They are ready to do anything. You see, one thing for a young girl, for somebody who does not know is right from the left or whatsoever, one thing you need to know today is that freedom is very expensive to manage. You need to be matured before you can manage freedom. When you're seeking freedom from your parents and all that, what will come out of it, you will not like it. So young girls today, they can do anything. You will see some young girls even telling you, they talk to them. When you hear them talk sometimes, say, if I abort for like 7 times in a year, not bad now. At least I go buy that bow straight hair now. I go buy that this. They are not even thinking of something important. What they are thinking is just how to get that shirt, how to buy that outfit and whatsoever, and say, I go pepper that again now. I want to do pepper them gang. Which pepper them? You are peppering your life. So that's what is happening today. And again, one of the reasons why it is abortion is rampant is that majority of parents have failed woefully. Parental failure is a lot of contribution to it. Today we have parents who take their daughter of 12, 13, 14 to the hospital for family planning. If a child does family planning at tender age, even when she's not ready for marriage, she will look for a child over and again. You know why? Those pills that child is taking to prevent the marriage, by the time you start looking for a child, it will take time for that system to reorganize again. There are parents now who take their child to the hospital for abortion. That's what is reigning now. Many parents have failed woefully. The only thing they know how to do is to give birth to children. They know nothing about upbringing of children. And it's turning the society into something else. So that's one of the reasons why it's rampant. It's rampant everywhere. One of the reasons why abortion is rampant now is because of the double standard of the church when it comes to the doctrines of marriage and whatsoever. Some churches believe that when a girl is pregnant, then they can wed the lady, but she will only put on a milk gown, not a white gown. Why some believe that when a girl is married, they treat them, when a girl is pregnant, or what, even a brother impregnated a sister and he's ready for marriage, they will treat them like rag. Say, no, you must not come here and all that. And they always quote this scripture that says marriage is honorable in not bed undefiled. Yes, it's correct, but that is for the married people. That's for the married people. That scripture is talking more about adultery, because somebody needs to be married before bed will not be undefiled. I don't know. You can, if that is wrong, at least prove it with scriptures. There are scriptures that talks about other things, but then let's come from there. The reason I'm talking about this is that there's a lot of deception about this thing. The church to come with a standard and say, come, look, if we discover that you got pregnant and you're not married, this is what we can do for you to join new people, but we will not do it in this glorious way and all that. And then, but if you come out clean and you live your life clean, we can make it more glorious for you. It will reduce the whole abortion rate. It will reduce it. But the aspect of somebody who, there's a majority of the persons that pastors wed in church today, majority of them, they have done a lot of abortion and they just came and they lied to the pastors and then they get them wedded. We as pastors, we are limited. We don't know everything. But at least if you create this kind of standard for them, we today that God is using in church, do you know how they gave it to us? I'm not saying that way is right, but I'm saying that they should have a standard of curtailing this abortion the way it's becoming something else. Some persons might not like what I'm saying now, but look, the abortion that is going on, is it glorifying God? Some persons will tell you that I rather abort than to go and tell church because church will not forgive me. Let me tell you about a story of a young girl that I know of. Two of them went out one of the Christmas period and then they got pregnant. And when they got pregnant, they are both grown-up girls over 18 years. One said, I'm going to tell pastor to let us give my punishment. I want them to give my punishment here now. The other one said, no, I'm going to abort. I'd rather put my case in the hands of God. God will forgive me, but church will not forgive me. Do you know when the girl came and reported herself to a pastor, pastor almost killed her in church. Said, no, this thing you have done. And they gave her punishment. The one that aborted and came clean and nobody knew of, they gave her a position very well. She was the one singing all the singing in the church. When it was not time to release her, for her to put to bed, the pastor said, okay, let her come up so that they can release her. She was standing at the left hand of the pastor, while the other one was standing at the right hand of the pastor. The one that aborted was standing at the right hand of the pastor. The pastor was not telling the church, this sister you see here, the one which is the one that aborted, that he didn't know of, she is the step you should follow. But this one you are seeing with pregnant, don't follow this step. You see how limited we can be as human beings. You know something? When they were on their way going home, the young girl, so you, when we say call abort now you can't be saint, abi? Say no, I believe and I live like that. So majority of young girls, they prefer to abort. All those ones you are seeing in church that are tying their ear as if they are the Holy Spirit. If they tell you what they do behind, so the church will bring up a modality that will reduce it, please. You bring it out and you reduce it. Instead of condemning people openly. And you know the funny part? It is even those people who are even indulging in it. When they say a sister like that come out and say, please give me the punishment, they'll be the one talking, saying, now, wow, hey, that sister will thought that is the fire in the Holy Ghost. She's not the one. Is it because she came out? The ones inside the church that you don't know, have you gone to crucify them? Now, who they catch now be tifo? That sister now, she have given birth to that child is growing up. Why the one that aborted, that child don't die, don't go since? And that sin is still on her head. So is it better to offend God? Is it good to please pastor and offend God, or to please God and offend pastor? You should answer that question. One of the reasons why abortion is now rampant everywhere is that some doctors and nurses, they are benefiting from it. Some even have marketers tell you, say, if you see any girl who is afraid of abortion, tell them not to be afraid, you should come. I will do it and all that. And I will tell them, I will give you some commission. Let me tell you, you as a doctor, if you don't stop it, if you don't discourage these young girls from doing it, there will be a repercussion. I've seen a doctor whom suffered from it. As long as he was aborting girls, in fact, he was the expert at that time. I think that time, 1990, he was the expert. 6 months, 10 months, 9 months pregnancy, 8 months. He was even, he can remove them out. You know something? His wife could not give birth. When he now stopped the abortion and repented, You know what happened to him? The wife took in. The day the wife put to bed, himself died. Some of these doctors, when they are moving everywhere, they hear cries of babies. Before that will start happening to you as a doctor that is into abortion, please stop it. It's very important that you stop it. Now, let me tell you about some of the self-wickedness about abortion. Any form of abortion, it is yourself that you are destroying. You are not destroying anybody. You know why? One of the evil about abortion is that when that child inside that womb depend on the mother for security, depend on the mother for life, for water, for feeding, for everything, for protection. Now, you as a young girl, you will not take that child to meet a killer in the name of a doctor. Some of these girls, even at 5 months, 6 months pregnancy, they will meet a doctor, pay for the money, and then the guy will, some of the doctors, they will take something like a clipper or something that can clip your hair. They take it inside the vagina and clip the hair, poof, bust it over and then bring it out. Some of them that it's not gotten to that level, you will see them, they will take some peas. They will give them some peas to ferment the baby inside, melt a child, a life, and they will start bringing out thick blood. And you see a girl will do that every 3 months, every 2 months. And then after that, you now say all is well. My dear, sit down, you will know that all is not well. That's one of the evil about abortion. Another evil about abortion, that baby you are aborting, might be the glory of your tomorrow, might be the future, something that God will use to saving you from something evil tomorrow, might be your future that you are aborting. Let me tell you something about myself. Some time ago, my wife, when we gave birth to our second baby, our first baby, it happened that it was not within 6-7 months. I found out that after like 1 year or so, things were difficult for us at that time. And I told my wife, no. You should have controlled it now, as if I was not the one who did it. You are pregnant, you must abort this baby. My wife said no. So she went to report to my spiritual father. That is why as a young man, you must have somebody who is you put yourself under, who can advise you. As a priest, you must have a priest over you. Somebody that has gone ahead of you. So when my spiritual father called me, the person of Bishop Pius, son of Preacher, when he called me and told me, he said, son, this is what your wife told me. He said, look, first thing first, if your wife abort that child, I will disown you as a son. I said, okay. Then he told me a story about himself. He said, some time ago, his wife was, after they gave birth to their first child as well, they found out 3 months into the delivery of the first son, they found out the wife was 2 months pregnant. And he was, the shame and everything, said, no, the wife must. And then there was no money, things were bad. At that time, he was an Okada rider. So he told the wife, you must abort the child. And the wife ran to the village, to the family people and all that. And when the pregnancy became obvious, she came back. And somehow they gave birth to the child. Do you know many years passed? He was face to face with real shame. They came and they asked him to eject him from the house where he was. Right inside, they were in the house and they were removing the roof of the house. It was that child that he wanted to abort that he finally changed his mind. That now came through that child. The child, that daughter of his, because it's a lady, there's a girl at that time, so he just went and then told the boyfriend, the fiancé, who is now the husband now. As I speak to you, I think they're in the UK. Told the fiancé then, and the fiancé came and through that, and the help of some of the sisters around too, and then they completed the house. And he told me one word. He said, if he had aborted the child at that time, now that he's face to face with this problem, he would have gone to God, start praying strong prayer. God would have told him, I brought the solution far before now, but you aborted it. You see that? That child you are aborting is the glory of tomorrow. You don't know. That my child, I told you that I told my wife to abort, that she didn't abort. Today that child has, she has the ×2 of everything you can see in me. She's the upper version of myself. So please be careful. Be very, very careful. Now, majority of women aborted to please their boyfriend when they were young. Now that they are married, no child, they are in most of the churches praying strong prayer. You should not repeat that. You should not repeat that. Why some? They are aborted to please their boyfriend over and again. I love that boy, I will try it again. This is the last one. You do it again. I love him, I will try. You will do it again. Let me tell you, a man, when you are aborting, you are reducing your life, but a man remain where he is. Today, now after all those abortions, some of them that are above age, now no man is coming, no child. They are regretting. May you not live your life like that in Jesus' name. So please know this, that it's better to keep that pregnancy and face any shame now than to abort it and clean your mouth and say all is well. All right? Let me tell you some of the regret about abortion. Number one is that even if God forgives you, you will not want to forgive yourself. It will keep ringing in your head. Number two, it leads to secret regret. Even if you change location, it will still be in the head ringing over and again, over and again. All right? Number three is that the torment of how old the baby would have been now. Imagine those ladies that are aborted over and again, and now they are looking for a child in their marriage. They will not be saying things like, our children are aborted, if I don't big now. If I don't big now. There are some girls now who are aborted when they were very young. Today now, no husband, no child. Imagine the regret they are going through now. So please, as a young girl, I'm begging you, try and amend your ways. And lastly, on the regret of that is that the regret of of the cry of babies that could be following some. There are some girls, when you see them now, over time they'll be hearing baby crying in their dreams. So how do you avoid abortion? Number one, learn a trade or a skill. Some of the things that led all these girls into all these things is lack of money. And they believe that the only way to just make money is to sell themselves. If you have a skill, or you learn a trade, it will help you. When you have your own money to reduce all this rubbish. Number two thing to reduce abortion is have a vision for your life. Have a picture of what the kind of life you want to live. Have a picture. The mistake your parents made, your life should not repeat it now. All right? Have a plan for your life. It will help you to reduce nonsense. And then again, any boy that says he wants to sleep with you before whatsoever, tell him that, come, if I get belly, if I get pregnant, I will not abort it. So if you tell any guy like that, he will be careful about you. He'll be careful with you, I'm telling you. And then again, develop a strong prayer altar. How would you be a young girl? You say you're fine and you cannot pray. You can't pray. You will need prayer to even keep a home tomorrow. You will need it. Have a strong prayer altar. You can pray some of all this. When I was so young, in my younger age then, when my body is doing me somehow, like every young man does, I pray all those things out of my body. I pray it out. When that spirit of polygamy, for those of us who came from polygamous home, I pray it out. So if that spirit of abortion is coming, pray it out of your life. Develop a strong prayer altar. And then give yourself to advice. Many young girls, you don't have people that are advising you. All right? As you do that, you'll be helping yourself. Forget about what some girls are enjoying now. It's not enjoyment. They will regret it tomorrow. Don't let anybody influence you to what you cannot do. And then work on your emotions. Have somebody who can advise you. As a young girl, there should be somebody who should be able to knock your head. To say, stop that. If you don't have that in your life, it's a problem. It's a problem. And then let me just say a word to the married. Don't say because you are married, you have license to abort. So since you don't want to abort, you just start giving birth to children. Give birth to the children you can take care of. You and your husband go and do family planning. Family planning is not a sin. It's not a sin. Give birth to a number of children you can give birth, you can take care of. Do family planning now that you are married and control yourself. So please, for all the young girls, know this, that abortion does not favor anybody. You could be doing it neat now, nobody may know, but only you know. If you deceive yourself, you will not be deceived. This advice I give to you right now is free of charge. You will only pay for it when you don't take it. Once again, my name is Pastor St. Kelvin Obas. Thank you for your time. For every megabyte you spend in listening to this, I'm sure you will not regret it. Thank you very much, and God bless you. See you again.